Hey guys, how's it going? It's Danilo from the King Realty Group. Hope you guys are having a great day today. It is June 20th here in beautiful Toronto, and I'm waiting for a client, but in the meantime, I'm going to make another video here to answer more questions. This is again for my buyers, and it's in related to the land transfer tax. Now, I had a question over the weekend related to, well, am I eligible for a land transfer tax? So I'll let you know this. A land transfer tax rebate is available for someone who is a first-time buyer, someone who has not bought property in the last 4 years anywhere in the world. Yeah, that's right, anywhere in the world, okay? So not just here in Toronto. Of course, it'd be really tough to figure out if you bought a property somewhere else 3 years ago, but nevertheless, that is the technical rule. If you're a first-time buyer and you haven't bought any property in the last 4 years anywhere in the world, then you're eligible for this rebate from the land transfer tax perspective. Now, there's two land transfer taxes we need to know of. If you're buying a property in Ontario, there is one, a provincial land transfer tax. And if you're buying within the city of Toronto, there's actually an additional municipal land transfer tax. So there's a double whammy in the city of Toronto if you're buying property, whether that be a low-rise, detached, semi-townhome, or even a condo. If you've purchased in the past and you're not a first-time home buyer, then you have to pay these two land transfer taxes. So when do you qualify? Well, you got to be a first-time home buyer, and you got to be somebody who's buying property here in the city or in Ontario. That's when you get the rebate. There's a little bit of a sticky situation because the question was more so towards a married couple. The question was, well, my husband owned property before we got married, and I've never owned property in the past. Am I still eligible? So what becomes tricky is, when did you own that property, and did you still own that property when you became married? So if your husband owned a property prior to getting married and sold that property prior to getting married, and now you owned zero property when you did get married, and now you are buying a property, that is when, as a spouse, as the wife, you are entitled to your maximum refund from the City of Toronto or the Government of Ontario when it comes to land transfer tax. That is the only scenario, though. If your husband owned a property prior to getting married, and then when you got married, he still owned that property, now you are completely exempt. You are not eligible for a land transfer tax credit because while you guys were married, there was a property that was owned by one of the spouses. And so there's no real, that doesn't even matter if you lived in the property, if it doesn't really matter. If the husband owned the property and you guys are now married and still own that property, even if you don't live in that property, it doesn't matter. You are now exempt from the land transfer tax. So I hope that helped, guys. If you have any specific questions related to the land transfer tax, you can definitely get in touch with us. It's with me personally, it's 416-624-0135, or you can email us at info@kingrealty.to. Even if it's just a general real estate question, guys, you're not buying and selling today, or even in the next 6 months, or even in a year from now, we're happy to help, guys. We're a wealth of knowledge here when it comes to real estate because we've been in so many different situations that experience has added to our knowledge base, and that we're able to now give that out to clients right away. Okay, so you guys have a great day for now. Thanks for enjoying and watching the video. Comment below, guys. Subscribe if you want more information about real estate. This is just one of many questions that I get asked, and whenever I have time, I'm going to make more of these videos. We're aiming here to get a bunch in the library, so you guys have a nice resource of information here on King Realty. You have a great day. Thanks so much. Take care.